I'm driving. It's day 2 of me learning how to drive a stick shift, and tomorrow I'm leaving my aunt's place and having to drive 29 hours back to Los Angeles with my dad's car that he's letting me use in Los Angeles, which is a stick shift. I'm scared because the car will roll back if I'm not. And I wonder how those hills are going to be in Los Angeles. My friend, she also rides a stick. She asked me, she's like, do you have brake protection? You mean that's a thing? Like I can go get brake protection? No, I don't. She described brake protection as something on your car that lets your car know that you're on an incline and to like keep you from rolling back. Don't have that. Clearly. I was even really on a hill and I was starting to roll back. So, anyways, I am getting all the title and stuff, the bill of sale. You know, I'm not the most flattering person when I apply sunscreen on my face. Okay, now I feel like I have better speaker. Not that I need a better speaker, but I feel we're gonna see how Los Angeles treats us. I only was there for about a week before I traveled to go get my car that my dad's gifting to me from my aunt, and then now I'm going to be driving back. I'm going to visit my mom and my siblings on the way, and then I'm going to go back and start work. I technically got 2 jobs there before all of this, and one of the jobs, the training was an hour and a half away, so I was like, I'm going to need a car. But with that one specifically, this was like the last week for training, they said. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to make it in time. I don't know if what's going to happen, but I'm not super duper duper tied to that specific job because I do have another one and I can go get another one just as easily. And I'm not going to stress about it. The one thing I'm not allowing in this season of my life is unnecessary stress. Stress at all, but especially unnecessary stress. We're leaving that in the past. I'm just going to be like, oh, everything's going to work out. And if this isn't, oh, I'll find better. And that's like my attitude. So a PSA because nobody knows or didn't know, but a few people. When I was living in New York for a year and a half, most of that year and a half, I was living in a shelter because I have crazy family and that's what it ended up resulting to, me being safer in a shelter and just trying to hope that everything works out and just keep a positive attitude, which I did. But the thing about it was being in a shelter, um, if I was really following their system, I couldn't make a certain amount of money. And if I wasn't following their system, I could make more money, but also I couldn't work past a certain time. And I've been in like hospitality service for a long time, and making good money is working late at night. And I didn't want to risk my bed being taken. It was the whole thing. I found 2 jobs there. I worked one, hated it, went to the next one. Liked the job. The job wasn't bad, but the person who uh, hired me, the person who owned the place, just didn't care about workers like us, and she did not. She cut our pay, saying that she couldn't afford us. And it's like, I have way too much experience to be working minimum wage and overworking because then she upped all our responsibilities because she kept hiring people who didn't know what to do and not giving them the proper training. So we were doing extra and more and above. And I was just like, I actually deserve better. So I quit. And then I moved. With all the monies I saved, I've been living in Airbnbs, booked my flight, booked my ticket to come here, and I'm running low. because I haven't worked in over a month. But one thing I can say is that I tried applying for a place, did not get accepted. But I understand not getting accepted because I only had previous pay stubs. I didn't have current ones, and I only had the reference, not the reference letter, but the welcome letter from my jobs. But I guess they didn't take that as enough. Some places do, but this place really didn't. I kind of went by the place that I was applying the application for because it was a roommate situation and I hated the area. So I'm really happy actually that I did not get the place. I really don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I could not stay in that shelter. I know this is going to be TMI, but when I was living in the shelter, just a little to tell you backstory first before I tell you the TMI. We were eating. They either served food, and that stuff was like dog food. It was disgusting. It was bad. You shouldn't even feed your dogs anything like that. So it was pitiful. I don't know where they get that stuff from, but it wasn't real food. I was breaking out. My skin was inflamed. I was feeling sick. My stomach would hurt every single day at a certain time, and I would either throw up or have really bad diarrhea. Well, once I got working fully and was working, I decided to just buy my own food, but we couldn't bring any food into the shelter. No fridges, no nothing. They wouldn't store it. Everything would be thrown away. And so instead of buying anything bulk, I would buy little store bought things I can eat all now or eat out because that's what we couldn't cook. We didn't have anything to cook. And one thing you should know about me is when I lived in North Carolina for 4.5 years, I was cooking. I always cook anyway, but I was really just focusing on cooking really clean, really healthy, pure, all organic type of stuff, everything from scratch, bread from scratch, sweets, sugars from scratch, because eliminating a lot of the junk that they put in our food here in the States. Well, since I spent a year and a half not doing that, I promise you to God, my bowel movements were explosive, like really, really, really bad. And I have only been, this is like my second week. So, second week going into my third week that I've eating food that I've cooked. Like I've got some eggs, I got some more fruit, and I was always eating fruit, but with everything else, it just wasn't the best. And I got some oatmeal, I got some cereal earlier, and ever since, I've been having more consistent, regular shits, regular solid shits. I was like, it literally was the food. Like all, and I haven't even gotten to the point where I'm not eating bread that's processed, where I'm cooking, making my own bread or making my own stuff like I used to. But just a little tweak of getting some nice organic eggs and cooking them yourself and your own oil or butter that you use. It's, I don't know, it's a game changer. That's all I have to say. It's such a game changer. My shits, my bowel movements, feeling good. And I know that's TMI, but why not talk about it? The fact that the biggest thing, the biggest obstacle while being in a shelter is literally staying healthy because people are nasty. The food is unhealthy. If you're eating the food, I don't even know if you can call that food. And then on top of that, people just are sick. They're just gross. My last roommate got me so sick. I'm a person who doesn't get sick but like twice a year. And I didn't when I was a kid. I was getting sick all the time. But since getting older, becoming an adult, living in my own space, I've been not sick as often unless it's something to do with asthma. And when I started eating organic and healthy and like cooking everything, my asthma cleared. Any type of eczema was gone that I've experienced. And both of those things are caused by inflammation. So I guess eating things that didn't cause inflammation, because a lot of the stuff in our food causes inflammation. This video is being homeless, moving out, learning to drive a stick, and seeing my family that I haven't seen in 6 years. So, yeah. I'm dreading. Oh, so update. I really thought I was going to Los Angeles and I stayed there briefly, but it I put this in my hair like this, not my hair, but behind my ear. Turns out that on my way to from my aunt's place to Los Angeles, I went and visited my mom and my siblings and stayed with them briefly, and then went to Los Angeles just to realize that sometimes you have to like ask for help. And so I was like, actually, I don't really need to be here at this moment, even though I wanted to. But my mom actually begged me to come home, and she didn't really have to beg me, honestly. I mean, maybe a little convincing she had to do because I'm very, very stubborn. But I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I've had 29 hours driving there and then 20 hours driving back to my home base in Texas. Have not been in Texas for 5 years. So it was good to be back in Texas. I also got to see my soul mother, Donna Marie, and she's doing well. She's 70. So I was happy to see her because I didn't get to see her the first time. But you know, when older people start getting older in your life, you kind of want to be kind of close or around. Um, it's been good. I've had to work through some things, but it's been good. But ultimately, I need to do this reset to actually move me forward in the direction that I want to go. And I might be going to Los Angeles very soon, uh, but I might not. But the door is open for work. I'm looking at Los Angeles, New York, London, here in Texas for work opportunities when it comes to what I actually want to be doing with my photography and creative directing, and not trying to get little side jobs instead, whatever. I will. I have an interview on Monday, a phone interview for doing photography. At least it's photography. It's still photography, but doing photography as a second shooter for a wedding photography company here in DFW. And I'm really excited for the opportunity. And I've just been resting a lot. I've been eating really well, thankfully. Eating well. I've been exercising. I started a 90-day challenge on August 5th. So I've been keeping up with my workouts and my exercises. I'm doing Pilates, and I'm going to start back running. And so I'm excited. I'm really excited. Things are looking great for me. I was struggling a little bit while I was in New York. I mean, it's not struggling in New York, not that who's not, because there are people who are not struggling in New York, but I need to get to that point. And I don't think I will be going back to New York to live. Work, I do see a future. Living, not so much. So yeah, I just wanted to update you since this was a talking video about um, oh, my stick shift. Let me update you on the stick shift. So, because I had 29 hours plus 20 hours of drive time, I've done tremendously well. The other day, I had one stall at the roundabout because they in Texas love these little roundabouts, and I froze up. So I did stall, but apart from that, I've been doing good with the stick shift. Even on a heel, it'll start doing the roll, but I have mastered the clutch and going and all that stuff. So I'm excited. Have a new car to help me, because that was another reason why I did not want to come back home. I was like, I am not going to be a burden for my family. They only have one vehicle that they're working with.